Then the Hmong Cultural Healing Certification by Master Shaman David Yang, and then continuing, will be a performance by Shashi Yang, and then closing will be by Jim Lee. All right, Sifu David Ya, go on.
我被介绍，我真的师傅多了也他这个古也个上天是路的老的当家，人老作为被叫罗那的塔天，被叫年那个不知道包的多那的搞了说被塔天，好老什么那叫我那个样呢，那不搞，被心里注意叫了木，但我到我这儿呢，被叫木天罗那这个那个靠方方跟我的毛那个那。nhưng qua hồ sĩ lô thì cái không mong cái chuyện nó thế nào thì có giá là thế nào sẽ là chụp hình để tới sau chơi là cái lò khi cho cái đào này còn nên muốn nên người gì là nên tụ tên tụ tên gì này tụ nên khó là từ mua được khai soạn là hệ tàu tụ tụ gì nè thì thọ chơi cái chuyện đấy nên cái núi sẽ bị xí được ở phía trước ok nên xí không biết nó nên xí nè chỉ đến ok cũng một lần từ đây thì lúc họ những cái đấy là nói những cái là đây trong lúc chúng sinh nhiều là có những thứ cứ nên cái gì chỉ đủ cái gì tu qua hay nhiều có nhiều gì có sĩ cái nên cái gì có làm cái gì bên mong gì chứต้องการcái nên cái gì nên là có cái trời họ đòi giờ thả cho họ thì giờ ý tu nên cái gì là giờ ba buổi sáng chủ yếu thế là có bên mong bây giờ nên cái gì nó là sự cái làm một cái có Ini dah Johanna si Jemo dah ci nasi David, siapa David balik jauh ni thả nè. Jadi lah thả kami ni ni jadi balik mau kursus, mau kursus. Jadi jauh ini thả ni sih, belum mana ni sih. Cuma dengar ni. Ini jauh tu kita cakap ni mana nak salah orang nak dapat thả nè.
Okay, today thank you for inviting me to have me come and help facilitate. During this time, we talk about certification for spiritual healers or shamans. Okay, you probably will hear me use the term spiritual healers a lot more than shamans because I myself prefer to be called a spiritual healer. That's what I am. I deal with spiritual. Shamans, many shamans, they could learn the trade. Okay. But as spiritual healer, I believe that if you're a spiritual healer, if you're a true spiritual healer, their gift is given to you. It's not something that you learn. Okay? So you cannot learn to do what I do. Okay? But there are not two shamans out there. Like fingerprint. You don't have two people with the same fingerprint. You don't have two shamans that will use the same chant. Okay? It doesn't matter. The Sifu may teach the disciple certain ritual songs, okay, but I will never perform the way that my Sifu does. He or she will not perform the way that I do. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna talk a little bit before I turn over, and we will discuss. What we discuss today does not represent all of the Hmong healers out there. I want you to understand that. This may be the first time ever, okay, that we are here to talk about a certification process. Okay, I've been a healer for 16 years. I've been practicing, and I see a lot happen in the community, happen with the medical professionals. And I just want to tell you that the work that we do is an alternative healing modality. Okay. We can really complement modern medicine, okay, because they don't deal. Let me give you one example. That I talked to this Hmong doctor, and he said, you know, I treat a lot of people, and one day this patient came, and I could see that this patient, there's nothing wrong with this person physically. But there is something wrong spiritually. So I suggest to my patient that all that she needs is a soul retrieval. And I said, did you go do it? He said, yes. And how do you charge? your patient, that you perform this. Because as a medical doctor, this is not something that you do. Go perform, okay. Okay. And he said, I cannot charge my patient, I did it. Okay. And I believe that what we are going to talk about today, talk about certification process. I did some research before coming here, okay, because I cannot come and talk to a group without doing a little research. And I researched far and near, go all the way back to Siberia, where supposedly the term shaman came from. Okay, there is not a institution, okay, based on my research, that will certify a shaman. Okay, so that this is a certification process. And remember what I said, there's no two shamans that will perform similar healing rituals. Okay, just like fingerprints. Your fingerprint, mine will never match. Okay, my son, my daughter will never have the same fingerprints as I am. Okay, so today we are talking about a process that is fairly new. Okay, it's going to bring some very interesting challenges. Okay, I'm going to give one example about Reiki chakra healing. Okay, this was developed in Japan in the 20th century. Okay, and I don't know how many years, how much documents they developed over the years before that spiritual healing technique was recognized by medical professionals. And I went a step further. Yes, it is an acceptable healing at different healthcare facilities. Okay, it's supposed to heal. It's supposed to help people recover, heal a lot faster, deal with anxiety, and so forth. But there is no concrete scientific evidence that it does work. Okay? And so the challenge for us, shaman today, spiritual healing today, is if we ask for a certification process, we may have to work with state officials, with local healthcare professionals, and develop a certification process. But is this something that we can prove tomorrow or next year that yes, we have, as Hmong healers, we have used these techniques, these healing rituals for centuries. Okay? As you all know, if you talk to your elders back in Laos, we did not have Hmong doctors. Okay? All right? When Dr. Yang now became the first Hmong doctor, everybody thought he was a medical doctor. Okay, no, he wasn't. Okay, so the question that we're going to try to answer, to bring discussion here is, after today, what do we do with information? Are we ready to go forward? Are there shamans that are willing to be part of this? Are there scholars? Are there college students, university students out there that would be willing to commit for 5, 10 years, maybe even longer to collect data so that someday we could say, yes, our healing modality as a shaman really does work, okay? And even surgeons, they don't guarantee you when they operate on somebody, they say there's a 1% you might not make it, okay? Nobody would sign a dotted line and say 100% you will live. Okay, shaman, we cannot guarantee that 100% of the work that we do will heal everybody, every time. We can't. Okay. Okay, so we will talk, but I think I'm going to ask my panels up here, is it easier for us to talk in Hmong, or is it easier for us to talk in English? Okay. Maybe both. Okay. I understand that you are from China. You're probably not proficient in Hmong.
No problem. I understand.
Okay.
Spiritual.
Okay. Okay. 还有呢，都一样。给罗老师做的那么 cái bé sĩ thả mà cái lồng sĩ thả cho thì bé mong mà ý chữ bé cái nên cái gì là cho cái trở sinh bé chuyện của nhau cho vào chuyện bé ba bé chuyện này sự thì bé ba họ sẽ được bảo sự rồi mỗi sáng hôm nay rồi bé yêu rồi chỉ mua rồi mỗi lần một chiều sẽ là bé yêu rồi mỗi đại tay là bé yêu rồi chỉ mua là bé yêu rồi mỗi con bò cho mà đi tiền bé nào rồi chỉ cho là bé chỉ nào thì bé ấy tụi này nên gì thì này thì bé sĩ cái lưu yên công dụng khó sẽ được nó khai như trong sứcแต่สิเป้ตัวเจ้ารู้ที่เจอนอเลยรู้ที่เจอหาไม่อย่างนี้เลยซอกเก๋เป้ขอมอหรอจะเก๋จะเช่นไอเดียเป้มองเป้จูเป้จีเป้หายแล้วมันจะใช้เก๋เน็ตเก๋ใหญ่สิ่งเดียเก๋เน็ตเก๋ใหญ่เก๋อุปีเก๋ว่าชอเจ้งเลยอ่ะเก๋ว่าเคยกงเป้จะสู้นนเตาหยาว่าจุยเป้มองเป้ว่าเตาสุยอ่ะเราเรียนในโลจิตาthì nên bộ chỉ nhỏ thì biết tao một sĩ thà có mua y lưu trữ gì thì yếu qua đi trả biết sĩ cho tao bé cho chị chuẩn sinh nó và một ga cho luôn lúc tết lúc chờ nó thì bé sĩ tao bây giờ dùng đó thì có bây giờ một chỗ chị khó mò bé một chỗ rồi bé sĩ tao có luôn sai thì bây giờ dùng đấy thì dùng mua nông nghiệp chỉ ta bây giờ có hay thì bé một khó mò cho nhất đi tỏ chế có mò lại nó bé mua chạy hay thì bé có xa tàu biểu cho insurance thầy tỏ là bé cái tỏ ra tỏ chế một cái chạy đó sẽ là ba đi chạy là bé rồi có nên là chỉ thầu bé trở lại bé cho mình khó mò cái nên là khó nó nhà khó bé một sĩ thả thì bé mong ít chịu chỉ mua thế nó thì chỉ bé là một nhau cho tiền này một y một cho tiền này một ó rồi cái nên cái gì mình sống cái khó mò cái kiểu sinh mình không đâu cơ là thì là nếu ở tuổi tí tôi là nó này là một ba bé sẽ là sáng thế thì là tí tỏ tê là yêu có bé cái kiểu sinh sẽ cái khó mò có nghe một sáng chút thì là có từ ba chỉ một cái tuần đây là bé yếu sĩ ba đi trả thì một tập cái thì là đây là biết cho con mà
ok bữa hai có cái lọ na cái năng cái dài mà bữa giờ chẳng năng cái sự mà bên mong luôn này để có hai mong sẽ đạt này này cho nó cái này cho mình chú nhận này không có được không rong đấy mong mà cái mong mà nó là năng dài mà vậy cả cái lọ qua mà giờ cái con vừa thay nhà là cái lọ cái là sử dụng mà cái xe thì chung thì play và hiện tại là các con sẽ sử dụng và giờ có vào đăng ký vào cái đó sử dụng không phải cái đó về cái này giờ nó men trở đi ăn thì sao để con lúc gì nó mới có mua hàng này là thâu là ở nhà cái vật tàu cái đó cái mà đau và sẽ chạy rồi giờ lúc qua sẽ nào mà bên con mặt thật không cái sao vì cái sao quần năng cái sao không bị cái sao này mỗi lúc thầy một công ty là một tàu mỗi tổ khai một công ty là một tàu mỗi chọn là kinh tế sẽ là trên một tàu cái hạt cho lùi rồng cho nên cái tuần này đây như là để cho thằng mò nó giờ của tôi sao có thể đi chơi với ra thì trong đầu ít cho nó kỳ đâu của hạt lùi rồng nó có của là cái gì xa đó và nó hạt lùi rồng đây nó rồng cái rồng à mà cái nó quan nên của dài mà chỉ là cái bỏ từ đai thì cái cần nói là nó là cái gì cái nó sửa hại cho không cái qua nó quả nó sẽ mấy con xanh xanh cho cái lưng thầu cái qua là giờ bỏ áp chỉ bên xa này cho khả năng là cái kho thì cái ngoài chỉ là cái thằng cái sự đó ít thôi chỉ là cái sự đó thằng ấy vì cái tụi mình là cái kho mới học tụi lo cái kho mới học tụi lao cái kho mới học mà现在战争里面的战友，不管在就他不比较，也不管在他不别的是说对不对？对老也不能够这样知道，不能弄得到中，知道不弄到中引导，所以我考虑呢，在老嘛，在老丫头了，把一种么嘛，跟什么的得是买头啊，就是这个是那个做的一种呀的，哎，我把它就是那还那。cái vật đá vật trò sẽ là cái lúc này là cái trải nhẹ đó sau này là cũng mà cái nhẹ cái gì mà nhờ cái chuyện này từ mò mà cái sẽ là cơ sở mà giờ cũng ra đến qua tham gia thì nó sang có 是被我本身不是被写到肯定被嘛过啦，那这是肯定被说的是多都在钱了的，老虎在不吃饱的看到在头要有了不有在头吃有了吃有的，那是吧？冇事的那样啦，是这个说可能个现在看到也看到上来可带去了，原来我叫站街查到你的这种几种线呢，这叫弄到在这边都没有了，到给巴，这到一块给巴，我把这样的这个我的嘛给巴一巴到这上了，到那嘛没那个啥哦，我的家，这不要不看到的，一考虑是干什么？ก็ตัวการชิงชัยกับไอ้ก้าวแต่การชัยตัวโอเคสอบก็เวลาเขาต้องคิดก็ไม่ได้ชิงชัยก็ไอ้โอ้ต้องรอไปยังไว้ขัดใจเลยก็ต่อไว้เลยกูชิตลอดก็ตัวคิดสอบตัวผมไม่ต้องรอเวลาเขาต้องคิดก็เขาหมดก็จะจ่อเสียบหลอกไอ้ชิบหายจิมันก็หายไปตัวนี้แต่มันเขาเฉยไม่เขาจะแจ้งเราไปแต่ไปยังจิตจ่อต้องเขาเช่นน่ะแต่ในน้องๆได้เชนได้เจ้าในหน้าเชื่อว่ากับเตาคนเราที่วิญญาณบอกจะเรียนแล้วชื่อถามมาคงชันด้วยกับคอยชาวตะเกียบตะเกียบกับวิชาแต่กับแป้งนี่เป็นมาไม่ชิบ้าแต่จากอเมริกามาวันนี้พอแล้วก็มันจะต่อแล้วยืนสี่คนมาซื้อต้องชิบวันนี้อะไรหรอเราชิบไม่ได้นะเวลาคุณโอ้มาขอคาราก็ช่วยรักแต่ละมาแล้วช่างไปคาเฟ่ก็ช่วยจัดก็มันใช้ตาละคือน้องเอาขนมน้องก็เราซื้อหรือน้องอะไรแบบนี้ตัวสเปคก็ผัวอะไรขนมมันเป็นกันใช้มาหัวนะเอาเป็นน้องไหนอ่ะอย่างผู้ชายเนี่ยก็จะผู้เมียซื้อใส่ชุดแต่ใช่ผู้ชายมันเนี่ยนี่ก็จะมันน้องอย่างก็แต่จะพูดช่วยเนี่ยก็เป็นชุดอะไรไม่ได้ก็ไม่ช่วยแต่มันใช้เยอะจังมันจริงแล้วก็ผู้ช่วยเป็นชาวเส้นจังหวะก็ชิบเนี่ยก็มันได้รับแต่แล้วก็คือการเส้นสอบเป็นขาแบบก็มาใช่เลย正有些他来这个底下他来肯定是来跟是来 support 到的，แล้วก็ไอเดียเราได้เอาป้าไปเราสิ่งนั้นเนี่ยที่จะงานเชื่อกันได้เราช่วยมีชาวบ้านไทยที่จะเชื่อถึงมันไม่ได้เข้าแน่อย่าไปเอาว่ามันเราต้องรักแต่เสียดายแต่เราตาก็เด็กคุณจะต้องไปยังสิ่งนั้นเนี่ยแต่จะสิ่งนั้นเนี่ยเราเราตัวนี้จะสร้างว่าเราว่าได้ตัวสิ่งนั้นก็ว่าเราก็หันเราแค่ไปยังมั่งสุดเด็ด我们每次来这个里，我的到这里，哎呀，业绩呢，都也好啊，让后边就一路拉是这样，哎，他交通一路拉，这一上来，他不要跟那个路工程，个要一爬了，一直呢也一路拉是那个，那问题有在大王啊，是这个，跟我的辅助起的不是，他努力也好啊，我对大陆好了，他是时间比较短 ，OK， 哎。ในเช่นในปอดจากผู้ฟังผู้แปลเนี่ยเขาในเลยขอจอมนะต้องเข้าเฉินให้เขาชาติจะต้องเข้าใจได้เราเนี่ยไม่เป็นเชนสตาร์อะอย่าจะไปโซ่เลยจะไปชิวต่อมาเลยจ้าเสื้อเนี่ยต้องเราแต่เราตาเราช่วยลงเวลาที่เราช่วยลงช่วยเขาเมื่อเราโอ้เขาเมื่อบอกบอกแกว่าเขาต้องช่วยมีเส้นแต่คือก็เขามาต้องบอกแกมีชิ้นตัวอย่างเขาไม่ภาษาแม่ผู้ที่ปอดแต่ยังเช่นเด็กเขาปอดอยู่แล้วก็หาเรียกก็ยังอยู่นอกเราใช้กันเนี่ยใช้ของเราผู้ที่ปอดแต่ยังของเราได้ขนาดตัวเราของเราการไปเฉลี่ยเชี่ยแม่จะไปหลังจากเชี่ยตรงนั้นมา
专业。
我知道，我都大家把我真的不要那种记载，哎，要大家去判定一下。从西安我个叫北起来，到那天，但是那起来过后呢。ก็คืออยากไปสตาร์ทก็ส่งไปอ่ะเดี๋ยวอยากพูดมาเขาเนาะไปรู้จงเขาเนาะจะไปให้ลูกน้องอยากเป็นตัวไปเจอไปให้ลูกน้องไปเราชิชก็เรามีการที่จะให้ลูกน้องเราในสถานที่เขาชิปเอาเนาะเขาเราน้องเรียนน้องว่ากูตัวเราจริงๆมาแค่นั้นเดียวเลยจ้ากูเชื่อตัวเส้นนั่นอ่ะกูตัวเขาเนาะเรากูยังยังตัวเขาจะช่วยเราสิ่งนั้นกูตัวจริงจังที่เปลี่ยนตาเลยทีนี้ตัวเส้นนั่นอ่ะเส้นนั้นที่ปีมัว那到都不低了，也少在那个，我们也就我那边就还拉起头是哦，也还是今年就不应包下的，我那个家里家，那是么今年你炒一看这个就那的，这今年一早靠背一老路上子呢，一老路上这老车上是这边给你上了， biết tụi hay là thì giống là chỉ biết giống rồi mong là thì cũng mong này thì là chúng ta mua qua là để cái gì là nênซื้อchỉ tại yêu quái khó trong này biết mua phân nhà thì biết trồng đào tới này thì biết mua mò chỉ mới khó thì phân cảnh phân khó gió yếu đi nó sẽ chỉ biết ở nên của nhà yêu giống yêu bia yêu giống mình bắt đầu tem gì nó hay này thì biết cho nên ở trong này thôi cũng phân này mù tới chừng bữa là rồi lúc đó họ không tên mình chọn những môn chèn thầu là chỉ là một chèn đồ chỉ là khó gió thì chèn cả vậy thì những cái nhiều học basically do họ thì những plan từ nè thì quy trình cái một chèn một chèn cái dòng chai là dòng chèn cái quy trình cái mua cái thứ sáu nên ít tiền không thì chỉ một đa cái mua cái thứ sáu nên thổi vào nên cái nhau cái thứ chúng ta quy trình cái rồi là cái thứ nàyคือnên một nênเขาไปนั่นที่จะมาไปชอบเขานั่นน่ะอยู่วันนั้นมาไปให้เขาทานชอกูดูชิดนั่นน่ะกูดูชิดวันนั้นเนี่ยกูเติมเตี้ยลงปล่อยว่าเขาจุ่มแล้วกูชุ่มเฉาเนาะที่ทำใช้จัดตัวเนี่ยซ้อที่มีจังเดียมั่วเตี้ยมั่วด้าปีมั่วเตี้ยนั่นมาเดี๋ยวนี้อันนี้จะรัวจะเอาเป้าในกูตัวเราตัวนี้ก็ชิมมุงเชียเก็บป้าลองแต่เป็นผ้าเก็บป้าแบบผ้าจุบเป็นเก็บกูเท่าในรู้จักนะเก็บกูทานในเสื้อชิงเฉดอกbây giờ sau này bây giờ này luôn hàng lúc rồi là này các học sau này chính trị cái bài bây trong mong rất cái chạy là bây giờ xí đến tế còn tế bây giờ bây giờ cái xí là tiếp quay xong rồi thì bây giờ xí là một và cái hai này lúc tế là mình nhiều cái học cái chờ sinh cái học cái xí là mà con này bây giờ cái chờ sinh thấu bây tế thì xem thì họ nói là xí gì đó nè xí gì này mong nên hỏi trên trong cái kiểu xí văn nên béo đó xí mà bây giờ bây giờ xí thấu xí khó như thế nàoวันสองชาติได้สินะสีหยุดเอ๋เขาแต่สีเทียนของตู้เทียนมันจิ้มนั่นจีใหญ่ปอดเราเต้น้องมันไปได้เขาแต่จิ้มนั่นจีใหญ่ไปได้เขาสีเดี๋ยวพูดสุดที่ไปได้สีวัวเลยสีวัวนะมันไปสีเราตัวจ้าไปสีได้จะเราเจ๊น้องวัวเลยสีวัวเดี๋ยวไปวัวยิ่งจ่องเดี๋ยววัวจ่อง
Hello. Thank you for having me up here. And for those of you who came later, my name is Nu Lee. Just wanted to introduce myself again. I am the founder of Visionary Luminous, who is collaborating also as well with Hmong Shaman Herbal Center. So thank you, Xander, for having us here. Tiếp theo lúc mong bây giờ hay lúc cả thế à, bởi vì một trong tụi nhớ là nó và bây giờ lời chỉ cái lúc mong để cho lúc mong. So I'm going to speak in Hmong English too. So I mean, I hope my Hmong is doing okay. But yeah, so I just want to introduce myself. I think earlier I introduced myself as I am currently over at Augsburg, so I am in my doctoral program for the clinical psychology program, and I have a dream, especially as a a clinical psychologist, pursue a doctoral student, and also as a shaman myself, a healer as well, and energy. I do energy healing. I do, shamanic rituals as well. So, I think for me, my dream is to be able to set a foundation for our next generations of rising shamans, so that we can institutionalize something. It doesn't have to be a place to worship, but it could be, but it doesn't have to be. But it could be like integrate our practices within the system itself. And I truly believe that's one of the ways to really make ourselves like seen or visible, right? Or be vocal about our practices, about our culture, right? Because they are bet you want to institutionalize or I bet you want to integrate the better system, we're going to lose it, That we're already like facing so many challenges and barriers, especially with whether it might be, it doesn't even have to be finance or it doesn't have to be economic or anything. It's like language laws, language death, right? And cultural laws, right? Our parents came over here as refugees and, we are born, I'm a first generation Hmong American born here. And so, for our generation, we have seen so many of us losing our language, and especially my kids, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. They're losing that language. And on top of that, they don't know a lick of anything cultural-wise. So I feel like nowadays we have to really adapt to the, modernized, the modernized world and the American culture. And by doing that, and because this is our home now, and we're here to stay, right? We're not planning to go anywhere else, right? So the only way for right? okay? Thì用的也没有知道用噶，用苗都有知道用做不要，thì用的有知道我这里的呀，来的家里给家里噶。也可能要开始还得做，这里还能他这的话了，的职业了，我连我考 certification 都比较少嘛，可能要考古我是在古 passion 上呢，vì để古因我哋下邊也別字了，我哋係了古，去錯了都這種對腦了，去碰到就是嘛，你正，我這裡了加平時落貼別字嘅節目，你是嘛我哋下邊啲嘢你們那邊就都睇過，要就炒刀個炒刀個刀，就是就炒刀個炒刀，你幾要很多咁樣。chỉ có người biết chỉ sản phẩm biết tiếng cử, biết chỉ sản phẩm biết tiếng gì, chỉ có nó có nhiều có ba cái những cái nó thử tôi nhiều hành địa, oli này nên cái gì nó, bố mà chơi mà we don't see it, it's not you know naked to the eyes, you know, we don't see, họ có khó tụi nó chỉ trong cái thứ search cái phải tụi nó có nhiều bỏ tao địa họ result tụi nó nhau, at the end of calling nó chúng documentation nó nhau, but I feel like we can. You know, it's just like mental health. I'm a mental health practitioner. I've been doing it for years. And you don't see what I do with my clients. You don't see that the coping skills, you know, like I'm integrating, you know, within my session, like, or when I'm talking to my clients, like that's helping them, you know. But in some way, form, or shape, it is, right? It could be, right? But how do you prove that? You know? But I do have, you know, a responsibility to document. And I feel like as a shaman, we should all be liable, right? And what happened, like, you know, I know that Grandmaster David, you need to get out there, should have once, you know, different DNA, we can never like duplicate, right? Which is very true. I absolutely agree with that. And everyone is unique in their own way. But, you know, we all need to be liable, right? In a certain like standard, live up to a certain standard or have a certain expectation. And, you know, in order for our shamans to be held liable for their actions or, you know, their like performance and rituals and healing practices, they also need to be, you know, accountable, right? And I don't know if all you guys agree with me, but like for me, I feel like everybody's just kind of doing their own thing, you know? And so you don't know what happened, right? So I do believe that maybe this will build some structure. This will bring some structure to our community of shamans, and also for those who are seeking, you know, shamanic help. Like, just be on the receiving end. Like that would be nerve-wracking, not knowing what's going on with you, you know, on the spiritual side. So for one of my biggest passions being a clinical psychology student is that my CRP, I'm really trying to focus on, hopefully everyone will help me out. I really want to, you know, research into how, like, being a rising shaman, how does that impact your mental health? And does Western medicine help? You know, like diagnosing someone just because you don't understand that they are a rising shaman, misdiagnosing. I've seen so many, I worked with so many clients, most of my clients, all my clients are home. Okay, and most of them, they are rising shamans, but they've been diagnosed with a, you know, mental illness. And they've been like, whether it's been like, you know, they've been forced to be hospitalized, commitment, and they're forced to take medications, you know? So I feel like with this certification, this will help us to get on the right track where we can actually be recognized, you know, for what we do and as a profession, right? And we can like take it to another scale where we can educate people about our profession, you know, and like we can actually be heard that this is like legit, right? This is not just something we do under a table, like a church kind of business, right? We can, you know, bring ourselves out there and like, you know, reveal ourselves, you know, and this is a part of our culture, but this is also our profession. This is what we do. And, you know, this is like truly healing. So how do we get there? We need, like, you know, Neng and Grandmaster David mentioned, we need data, right? I don't know about you guys, but I already told Neng, I'm one of the first ones who's going to volunteer to help out with the data. So, you know, I'll be out there, I'll be championing for it. Because I truly believe, you know, that, like, we need this. We need this because, you know, we need to be vocal about this. Because if we're not, it doesn't come out in the light, it's hidden in the dark, our kids will lose it forever, you know? So, you know, it's just kind of, yeah. So I don't know if I'm kind of like talking too much, please let me know. But I think this is something that I'm very passionate about. and I hope that people would kind of hop on the bandwagon as well to kind of help fight for this as well. It's not just like, oh yeah, we're gonna try to fight for it so we can get money. No, it's never been about the money, right? It's about like visibility, right? It's about like, people kind of practicing a certain way. Like it doesn't have to necessarily be the same, but like there's standards, right? There's expectations that you just don't do whatever you want to make up. You want to make up your own rules and you just kind of go by it, right? Like there should be a certain like accountability, right? So and documentation. How do we prove that in the end what you did worked, right? And and how does this continue to impact our members of our community? So I hope that kind of helped answer the question.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I think we may be running short on time, but I'm going to give this time to you guys. There are 2 questions I would like to ask you. Okay. 1 is for the shamans. Okay. 2 for the non-shamans. Okay. My question for the shamans out there, and I'd like you to, if you feel comfortable, get up. I will bring you the mic, and I'd like you to comment. If you are a shaman and there's a certification process out there, will you yourself be willing to be certified, okay, and go through the certification process? Okay. For the non-shamans, if you are seeking assistance from a shaman, would you go to one who is certified? And would you be willing to use your insurance card to go get your services? Okay, and this is for anybody out there. Okay, since we're running short on time, and I hope that I can get your participation, and I hope that after today, I hope that we can continue to have this type of dialogue so that in the future, okay, a year, 2 year, 3 year, we may have the opportunity to work with healthcare professionals like energy healers out there, that they are permitted to go to the hospital and do energy healing, okay? And I truly, okay, believe that if we work together, okay, I hope that before my time's up, we will have a certification process taking place, okay? So for my first question, shamans, anybody out there willing to respond?
Okay, 那个 shaman 去了北古代的话，这个么嘛那样。For you shaman out there, you have my card. You can charge my card. My copay is very high too, but I can deal with it. You can have my card.
All right.
Easy Wisconsin though.
As a rising shaman, I think it's important to be certified because you need to be recognized. If you're not recognized, they will not talk to you in the hospital. They're going to ask you, what's your title, who are you, and what's your background. So you need to be certified in order to go into the hospitals or the clinic so that they will let you go and perform your rituals or whatever it is that you may need to do. So I believe that on both ends, on the American side and just on the Hmong side, none of the things you certified, like both sides recognize that you're certified and you are knowledgeable what you're doing.
I want to make something real quick because I know she's a certified engineer. Okay, she's been very supportive about these type of events. Would you please tell us the pros and cons of being a certified engineer?
Yeah, I feel like, you get more credibility, because you have some reference, some background and education on that. So, yeah, I feel like it's better for the community because then it builds trust as well.
You see, you can move back to Minnesota.
That's all right.
Anybody out there?
So,
As a shaman or a rising shaman, you have to know what gifts you have, and because every shaman, they have their own gifts, and they perform their own tukki for different healing. So not everybody have the same gifts, and if you guys gonna have shaman certified, I would like to see that what gifts they have and what healing they could heal certain illness. And second of all, will there be like a directory like for certain shaman? Because I noticed 10 years ago, I have a family that I don't know, a stranger, that came knocking to my door. They were asking for help. Does my father-in-law know how to do helping, because they have a family that is really sick in hospital? And at that time, my father-in-law was Christian. He converted to Christian, so he couldn't help that family, and they were devastated. They were sad because they don't know any shaman that was able to help their father-in-law in the hospital. So I was wondering, will there be like a directory for the public when they need the help and support?
I just wanted to kind of, so I think that's something Visionary Luminance is actually like working on. It's trying to flag like a directory, you know, I mean, and you know, it's definitely hard because not everyone's like, we don't have some kind of certification, expectation or anything. So it would just kind of be like at your own, you know, your own risk and everything. But we are trying to get together a directory so that we can provide to people in case if like, you know, they need to contact someone, they, you know, whether it's for Reiki healing or shamanic rituals or things like that. So hopefully, so let's just stay tuned with our website or our social media. Yeah.
Yeah, they go what you know, they look how Neng Xiong là vì ít khó rằng mua gì như thế. Vì bao nhiêu cái sự bị nhà mình tụi mình nói những chỉ bảo thì cái chuyện thì chỉ bảo hộ nên,但是bảo thì bị khó thứ này, những mua những cái khó network hoặc directory rồi cho xã sĩ cái này cái gì, họ create cái network rồi cho cái nên cái gì thế, đó là sự bảo thế là vậy. Nhưng chỉ tao mua đó是嘛，大概是嘛，因巴了的了，这个是好的。rồi là cho tham những người cụ thể này là bé cho tham những cái lúc cụ hồ từ của ta là nó từ của ba cho cái sản nhau bây giờ là gì cái tàu mà hàng tiền cho cái kia là từ tàu những cầu tập tụ cho cứ của những người hàng đó vậy là những nhóm đi ta sẽ cũng những cái trong đó là những ý tưởng từ lòng hơn cái sự những người hàng của thì vào cái cho cái của những người hàng thì chủ những người bạn cho xin và sau này cũng是你的其中的要大部分破坏嘛，也负责我北边的都是干的，这个多啊那边，也在中南的这个结婚是有多把团结，但是呢，不会叫这了以后，那是能老的一些的，得要把比较多的那个是这个保留的。
Okay, we given until 6, so we got a little bit more time. Okay, I thought we may be running out of time, but
It's fine, we have passed 6, so but yeah.
你don't
want to, yeah.
I do want to mention something that during my research I found a place in California. It's called a Foundation for Shamanic Study. Okay, and at this place, they don't have certified shamans. They provide training to shamans, but they have certified counselors. I don't know exactly what the certified counselors do, okay, but they do have a list, like you said. Okay, I don't know if there's any listing in Minnesota, I have not checked, but they do provide a list on the website that you can check to see if there's one near you. And I hope that if we can get this project going in the future, we can certainly publish a list in our website so that no matter where you are, we may have a contact, somebody in your area that certified or not, that you may be able to go to.
Yeah, I heard California already started that. They have a few hospitals that already certified certain shaman. So that's already working, but I'm surprised that Minnesota doesn't have that yet. Yeah.
I think that to have a true certification process, we may need to study for 5, 10 years, maybe even longer. So that's why it's very important. I've been encouraging, especially yellow shamans, to keep data of all the patients that they see, okay? And so that one day we can produce this data, go to the state, go to the medical board, and say, okay, we are here seeking certification, and these are our data from this many healers, from this many patients. And I think that if we start the work tomorrow, 10 years, 15 years, we keep this going, we can have that process.
I think I heard about the California too, but I feel like because every institution, they're different and they have certain different expectation, like maybe they'll hire, certain people to be, or contract them to be certain shamans, healers, just like they have chaplains and stuff, right? So they might be a part of that institution, which is a little bit different from the whole system wide, right? Because we're fighting healthcare, right? We're fighting healthcare, we're fighting a system. So I think it's in trying to reform, trying to create something that would apply to everyone, whether it's across the states or just locally, right? So I think that's where the hard part is.
Okay, anybody out there that would like to respond to the two questions I asked? Okay, I will give you one, okay?
I will have, in reality, I don't have much of a question. I'm not a gifted person. I am a citizen of America. What can be, what do you expect from the general public like us to give feedback to you to make your goal a lot easier?
That's a good question, Brother Neng.
If I was sick and the medical world couldn't help me, but then all of a sudden at the end of my role, I see the shaman. And after the shaman had done what no medical doctor can do, what do I need as that person to do to help you in your goal?
Yeah, mà đây cả,我做到。Actually, đây của tôi mùa ai còn đang lo lụt là thay đổi đây họ vấn đề cũng như cho nhà bây giờ trả lúc của họ nắng ngày nào mà thấy những mùa say California lúc của thế California mà lỡ chọn hai lúc của họ với các program xí những vì thấu để tiếp bao từ thải liền thì đây bây and to author and veteran show for the spirit catch you and you fall down những vì mua tụ thải là người họ đã về thì thế gì cái món đồ đều phải chia là nó chỉ tao lòng thì nó cho tao chế mà nó muốn về chia là nó chỉ tao cho tao chế khó mò thì cho cứ khó mò đó ăn một lúc này liền thì người bên họ đã về bên mò thì thế gì thì một phong lúc họ mò đó lúc chế khó mò đó nè thì ô thì cho tao cứ lúc của họ mới của tôi ba là thì đi cho thao bộ cho cứ khó mò tôi sai là hôm nay choวันนั้น我晒了烤猫，我排猫的是，你叫现在我的多我วันนั้น整我的是那些，那点这些到一个大的塔来的 ，the body and the mind works together， 然后点了点这些的，也只有那么，如果大家有这种的还叫，呀，我跟的伤害到，那一波的伤害到这些，那猫拍下的那个，这个只能个也抓着个烤猫烤。而是要的猫到山中里了，那些人就我都能的，那去看下去中心的这个，叫个烤猫好炒一点叫，都能都也好烤，那呢，但是嘛，那如果的什么业的烤不完的大了，这个什么了呢？也在 Fresno State 比我们的什么，估计比个好的什么，那就去到我上边 State 那我边。bây giờ nó mà bây giờ lúc họ bây giờ tuổi bây giờ chưa nữa cái chỉ có cái lúc họ một sẽ bây muốn gì là chúng mình là người ta bây họ nói sao họ tại sao bây giờ nó để bây giờ tự chủ trả lúc chơi là một số họ tự bây giờ tự sẽ là thì đi họ dạy họ đó thì họ đây lúc có mấy cái luôn á có tuần là những họ chơi họ bây giờ nó bị để bây giờ trong một cái kia e ka to pe op to lo ni ta le no na pe te mo we ka te prove to dia jo lu na che pe jo na jo lu na pe tu mo lu conference na nya to lu ji lu ti ko i ko ona pe sa tu to no Okay, you are based on how you just said it, right? So, nếu mà based on tua, nếu mà cứ mà không hiểu là tua, sẽ được bảo trong cái do cái này sẽ biết đâu là cái, thì họ đã tiếp bảo là cái lúc nào các đối tác kỹ thuật bên của chỗ survey, chỗ khu này tổ chức thả face to face, có hay là mua document gì đó chứ mà công việc thì bên nó là, okay.
Okay, mình chỉ có tiến hành hành động, okay. Còn là có trở nên những gì đi phát thì họ là biết cho cái trả phát thì giờ bên mỗi từ commodity để coi chỉ tao lắm, cho nó không lo một chế thì cái món này món nọ thì nó món này thì nó là tất nhiên một giờ chế với thằng này coi chỉ đi trong bên một kỳ rồi chỉ đi trong bên ra cửa công chỉ đi trong cái này là khá là một nhau cái thầu bên mấy ba này là một pi rồi rồi đây là một nó thì bên xa được rồi cái thầu mua đi là thì này hôm tôi là bên dùng một trò chơi đi một thả tiền bên một trò từ common một thả tiền ok có nhiều hai tao bây giờ thì tụi này nó có nhiều từ common nó có chỉ tao có cho một chế ở sức它是被叫主考到的内容，也就是说，被有你某一个 testimony 的被这个，就那个可以考知道，但是能做到节目考到，也冇不能考。Okay. I believe that if we have hundreds and hundreds of testimonials like this from medical doctors, this is what we need. Okay. Nếu cho họ sinh hoạt nó cũng cho bao ít từ tiến triển, người chỉ nói với nhau là cái, còn mình làm cái gì vậy? Để nếu mà nếu tôi đã thích cho nó, cái đi bao lần, nếu tôi thích cho nó mỗi ít thu nhập gì, mình cả chỉ mua mình tu nhiều, thì là tu半年了，chỉ mua nhiều là ít tu medical doctor, thì là cái mình chỉ lo cái gì với thằng này mù khó tu khó kỳ tổ cho tu rồi mình chỉ mua mình tu mình chỉ tu sao cái tu bao nhiêu nó chỉ đi giáo sư tôi với thằng này sống cao cho thằng cái gì tôi cũng một bỏ cái thằng này nữa cái chỉ ta nó đi tôi tự khởi công cái cũng bao mà this is case by case okay nếu giờ ít tu và nhớ cho region hospital mà để nói cho chạy cho mình một kho cho nên cũng như even first degree, okay? Đó là vì cái chuyện mà sau nữa là để thầu người ta xin này rồi cái lúc đó thì rồi mình chỉ lo, okay? Để họ nói chúng mới khâu ra cái này rồi thì region hospital, okay? Cái thì yes, cái chỗ su những kho đó, okay? Để nên là họ nói là thì chỉ là để mua bây giờ mà做bây giờ mình找了还能用呢，bây giờ mà做的是别到 prove 一下，我这里 set bây giờ就做，就剩别考到有办法 ，OK。Alright，因为你澳洲的你老辈我谈说就那你澳洲啥的在做法的，OK， 要你搞我的，也被我把 certification process 也被我一考博评的，考要到 state 多一点，给如果有个早些多。mù giải khó bỏ phải thì có nhất là state nào có giấy tiêu chí nên để có một khó tổ mò nhau là chế khó mò là có một số xem khó
เอามาต้องอะไรด้วยรู้ว่าจะเรียนอยู่ในใจเสื้อกับไฟนะยักษ์ตัวแค่ย่าเราเลยนะมาแต่ดักแต่อะไรกันเลยเอานะแต่สิบัวเลยเป๊ะว่าสายน้อนเป๊ะสุดใจเติมเป๊ะสุดวันนี้ลากรวมอีกทีเป๊ะจอดแล้วเนื้อรู้เฉยเลยหลายโอ้ตัวเน่งกูสาววันนี้เนาะก็มันสาวใกล้เลยหลายสาวเลยกูสมัยตัวอยู่ปีก็ฟีตัวอยู่เนาะคำฟีตัวอยู่คนหนึ่งปีเดี๋ยวแต่เวลาโอ้กูอยากซื้ออะไรตัวกูยังนั่งซื้อของเชียฟีตัวอยู่กูปีกูจะไปนะที่จะร้องแน่เลยแต่ก็เราบอกเลยน้องอยากแต่ตัวเมื่อได้รอไปก็วันนั้นไม่การว่าตัวเดียวคือเป็นอะไรเซ็งเลยดูให้เราเป็นว่าแล้วสิว่าหายใจตัวพญาเราเป็นสิ่งไหนนะตัวพญาอย่างนั้นเราโมกแคนเซอร์โมกเจนโมกหนักเป็นทุกคนตายตัวคนเราเป็นอย่าแค่นั้นไม่ใช่ทุกคนตายเลยโมชิเรียนโมแล้วกว่าตายเลยนะตัวนี้นะเป็นหลักเลยเป็นตัวนะ OK，好的，
首先，OK，第六个呢，我发表了个大方向。
古啊，前我那时都是古我那个我把头就好点，今年之前一毛你就给前年毛，vì cũng mấy đứa là người tư mò được không mò, tham bảo những cái mà chỉ theo bên nó sản xuất để tụi thì có cho một chế nhưng cho một chế là những cái cho nó những cái để tụi cho một chế cái số tụi thì giờ cũng chỉ là những cái nhỏ này tôi sẽ chỉ cho một chế tham bảo để cho là tao cái gì nó chỉ cả nên nhỉ tham bảo để cho một chế tôi cho chỉ mò nó này đi ăn mà để cho nó ôi là chỉ mò thì cái chỉ cả thì tụi thì cũng cho một cái gì tôi thì là cũng ăn được tôi cho một thì cô tôi ít xin giải chuyện tôi nói tôi xin giải một sai chuyện này ô có gì thì chúng ta này phí thì chúng ta này phí thì chúng ta đâu sẽ theo có gì là chỉ phí thì nhiều là ok thì một xin giải cho nên ok nè thì phí cái đối diện thiên phí cái chúng ta thì tôi chỉ rong bé ở đây là cả chỉ tao là không chơi thì cô đâu có xin giải bao được hai là tôi bữa thì chỉ có một hai lúc tham mong ra thì tham mong cần sau nè cần gì nè có khó nên thì có chỉ tua nè ta chỉ có cho là khó rong có một hai tiếng cần sau nè cần gì nè thì chỉ cả gì vậy thì buổi chơi cao liền thì là mong buổi chơi rồi hai đứa đây nó cố lục bỏ thở cho là thì cái này cái gì một chân giả rồi mua thấy nhau mà biết khó chỉ rong nó chỉ giả cái tên gì rồi giờ mua cái mà cái cho cái đó cái phần gì này thì gì cái bây giờ cái của tao thì quý chân chân là cú là lúc kia này cái lúa bỏ thôi một chân là nên sẽ lại bao nhiêu sao
OK chúng ta nói chuyện mà lúa cái gì này chúng ta nói chuyện cũng nhớ hay ở bên lúa thì tôi biết một con sọc OK yes
Rather than answer your question, because my answer is yes too, I have questions. What do you guys envision doing with the certificate itself? Is it used to allow people to work in healthcare settings, or is it used as well to allow them to do private practices so that they can be reimbursed for what they're doing? I say that because I have medical billing. What is the term? I have medical billing experiences, and I've seen the struggles behind trying to get reimbursed when you are a private practice or stuff like that. And I know that our shaman individuals are sometimes older individuals, and so they would need help navigating those politics and the red tapes that come along with it too. So how do we envision making it so that everyone can get, the reimbursements that they need or the support that they need in order to get reimbursed in that case?
Okay, I'm sure that the elders up here will also respond to you too, but I would like to say that one of the reasons I would like to see this certification process for the perpetuation of the healing gift, okay? While after I die, my shaman gift will cease to exist. But there are so many areas that I can pass on, I can train, okay? Like healing mantra, okay? As a healer, I learn from other people, and my healing guys also teach me, okay, healing mantras. Okay, there are many healing modalities that I would like to leave behind. I can train people. You don't have to be a shaman. Okay, I can train you to heal. There are many aspects of healing that we can teach you. Okay, and I do not want to see the Hmong healing modality cease to exist one day. Okay, and then we have, okay, to go to, let's say, a non-Hmong person who has mastered these healing techniques. And today, yeah, we do have situations out there, okay, that yes, a Hmong person has to go learn Hmong from a non-Hmong person, right? And this is good, right? But this is also bad. why can't we maintain what belongs to us? Okay. Okay, now to the more the idea, okay. Lo học kia bé lo một thằng nữa, giờ bé xã lo một cái gì để có bé cái chủ cái gì nó nhau tới ba mươi chín tới giờ tổng thế, okay. Bây giờ người khó nói giờ khó thì nên giờ ở tu bao bé mông tê cái gì nó nói thế, lo học bé nó người chỉ bé mà bé chỉ là chỉ là một cái cứ tao nhớ tao chỉ là chỉ xã có bé cái chủ cái gì nó nhau nó tổng thế giờ tổng thế. Giờ nó từ bé cho giờ nên giờ vậy thì chỉ giờ nó bé cho mua cho租这个生活被起要了，因为你讲的也租生要。
cô chỉ bao rồi mình cả đó chỉ có bia xài tao thì quý bao thì bây giờ đi cả bây lúc học pia tao đi cô tụi nó đi bi thiết cũng cho cái xa mà cô xa thì bây quân nên nhau là yêu lọ y hải nên giờ sau lúc tôi chỉ cho cái đầu bây chỉ hay cái số họ nên y chỉ cho cái đầu lợi bây cho nông thầu bây này bây chỉ nhớ bị trong bị hà sự bây đi mua để mua chui nè tôi yêu tao bây quân nên mua dài tao bây khó bây ở khởi công sự bây chỉ hay nên bây đi vàng nên tàu mà giờ này mà khó nó bây chân tàu bây khó nó bây xa thì có chỉ thắp bông bây giờ cái giờ sau mua được bây nào mà có nhau bây lúc xia nhau bây lúc lưng có bây xua tù có tàu kia khởi tàu chè vì bây chủ bây gì bây nè bây gì bây cha bây gì mua được bây xua bây uốn mà bây chịu khó thì có khứ tàu nó tàu nhẹ chỉ để bây khó nó một khứ có một rồi nung rồi nhẹถ้าชีวิตเราจะเป็นกับเป็นจู่ต่อเป็นตัวเข่งเป็นขอต่อเป็นเกมองเก่งเก่งเกมนิ้วเชี่ยนิ้วจู่ก็เป็นชอบนิ้วเชี่ยชอบโมเกโมเกนิ้วเชี่ยโมมองเก่งเป็นเกมตัวมีแล้วก็เป็นโมเคกงก็จงเป็นนั่นก็จงส่วนเป็นจีขอเดียวรู้หน่อยอยู่ขอ business ก็เป็นคือตัวนี้มันรู้น่าชิมัวนี่นะคนนั้นก็เป็นขี้เลยแต่ก็ culture เนี่ยเสื้อรู้เขาเป็นก็มาเยอะเลยใช้เสียบุญเจ้านี่ก็สัก
I think that in terms of trying to help like older folks navigate through a system, I mean, it will require like a lot of resources and support systems set in place. For example, maybe utilizing interpreters or, you know, having like a support center where like there will be people there who's, you know, operating and a lot of these like older generational folks can like contact them and, you know, receive support, which, you know, a lot of places, you know, you see every day where there's always had to be a support system. So I think that having that set up, I think that today is very important. It really marks history because it's like okay, are we all on this together, right? And if everyone agrees, like, okay, yes, let's start this journey together, then, you know, what follows is just like lots of fun. You know, lots of planning, coordinating, right? Lots of like, you know, trying to iron out some of the wrinkles, right? And trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. And you know, once we kind of figure that out, okay, who's going to be a part of the support system, right? Who's going to be there when someone calls and they don't understand, you know, like once we launch this, like, okay, you know, someone's having a question about how do I build, you know, or okay, I'm having some kind of question, some kind of investigation going on, like, what do I do, or something like that, right? So I think it will take time, but I think like preparing and providing resources and providing knowledge to the community as a whole, I think that's just very crucial.
Okay, qua ba học gì khai phải nhớ chỉ không là cái chuyện là mong nó có chuyện mà có sự là sai về cái tổ chức hành trình còn là giải khó cái tổ chỉ mà những cái gì cho con nhẹ mình đang mở là chỉ mà nhẹแต่ชีอยากได้ตัวคนนั้นที่ตัวแค่ตัวจะพบชีว่าเนี่ยมันสิลอยแต่มองแล้วคนนั้นกับป้าก็จะสิ่งที่ใหญ่เกิดแต่ได้ตัวใจเลยแต่บอกว่าเนี่ยกูจะขอนะก็มันขอเลยใช่ไหมขอได้เรียนเสียหายจีแล้วก็เมื่อเราว่าเราเนี่ยอยากจะคะแนนว่าเก่งใจเสียในเจ้าสายเปียยาเปียนอนvì hay có mấy cho tại lúc chuyện sai thì cũng không để cho chúng nó chỉ dài năng lượng cáiวันนั้นวันยังมาที่ฉันก็ได้แล้วไม่รู้เชื่ออะไรยิ่งแข็งนะยิ่งเชื่อคู่วายกับคู่เต่าเนี่ยอยู่ตรงนั้นมาตู้ยังหายไปเลยเกิดเรื่องเจอรุ่นในเดี๋ยวเราชิมว่าเราได้ว่าเราได้ถ้าว่ามัวเราเมื่อมันในเราก็ต้องวัววิจัยเชื่อเลยกูน่าตึ้งปอดได้จังเลยกูน่าต้องกูมาเตือนตัวกูเจอหายเนี่ยได้เลยกูจะนั่งเชื่อกูจะทาน cú start lại này đứa này nó nhớ chuyện là gì á mong mong cái tuổi thọ của những quan đó chứ còn mình sống chứ anh tôi nhớ tôi chửi tôi cái ô khai ấy tôi tự nhiên nhà được đây là rồi tôi thọอยู่นั่นสอนนี่ใช่อยู่นะไอ้ว่าให้ใจนู้นก่อนอยู่หายเงี้ยซึ่งอยู่ในตอนนี้กูชีวันมาเขานอนมาช่วยเราได้ถ่ายมาซะนะได้เราต่อรู้มาอย่าปล่อยให้ตัวจ่อยไงในชีวิตเชื่อว่าสู้เราเมื่อเชื่อเดียวเมื่อสุดเมื่อถึงว่าเราวันนั้นข้าเลยข้าได้ข้าเราขันไม่ช่องซึ่งยี่สิบสามคนในตัวนะไม่รู้จะได้มาได้บอกเป้ายี่สิบไม่เดือนเทศนาเนี่ยยังมีการมาขันกูว่ามาขันนั้นอยู่รู้เชื่อเขาจะเชื่อดีสักอย่างจ้าเอาให้มันจ้าเขาจะได้หนึ่งสาวตามเขาเนี่ยเขาขอให้จะยังไงโอ้กูจะได้เนี่ยนายชีวิตกูชีวะมาตัวนอไปชีวะละกูอยากได้เปิดเนี่ยฮะตัวนายอย่างคู่เงี้ยซะนะอยากจะวันนี้ย้อนเราไม่ได้เนี่ยได้ชีเท้ามาบริษัทหาสิปลอบที่ชีน้องเราจะได้ที่ป้าต้องกูวันนั้นจะจะตัดเงินหัวเราสนับเต้นเราเท่านั้นไอ้เราเป็นตัวเราลูกเข้าเชื่อมาเนี่ยไอ้ลูกแวร์เกิดต้องเป็นสลิมสุดหลังนี้การเชื่อเรื่องไอ้เจ้าให้เจ้าพาไปขายเนี่ยจะนอนอุตสาห์ตัวอย่างได้หมดแต่ไปชิมแต่ละเขาได้ขายเนี่ยสิเนี่ยไปยันตู้ชิมละเจ้าไปต้องตู้ใช่นะยายจะนอนมอละไปต้องไหวแต่ขนาดแต่เราไปคิดโกงตัวขนาดเขาเข้าเชื่อมันเขามุ่งยังไงกันเนี่ยเขาไปหาสายไปสายเนี่ยขอมาอย่างเขายอมไปจังไหนก็ไปสุดท้ายต้องมาเป็นสายเนี่ยตัวสายเนี่ยเราไปมาขัดเป็นเจ้าสายเนี่ยตัวเขามั่วทำเราไปหาเจ้าสายจะให้แต่ละคนหนูมั่วอะไรอย่างหนูมั่วเราชีสาตัวเราเขาเขาเราย้อนเนี่ยเราสายเนี่ยเราที่ชีสาตัวเขาเขาเราตรงเนี่ยเราตอนนั้นก็อยากแบบเนี่ยไอ้อยู่ไม่น้อยเราหาเนี่ยสักหน่อยไปกับสิ่งนั้นไปสักการให้แต่สักนั้นเนี่ยดูจีเราดูจีกันเราไปกับเนี่ยนะวันนี้หาเสียงอะไรให้วันนี้สิอยากก็หาชีวิตเรื่องเราก็มีเอาไปนั่งสมองก็แล้วว่าไปดูหลังเราขนาดนี้ก็ดูเชื่อได้เปล่าหรือตัวหายใจดูรงก็เด็กคนละกับกระเป๋าก็ยังรงเชื่อเลยอยากผู้ก็เปลี่ยนจากตัวรงจิตใจมามีสายมีตัวเองก็มันก็จิตใจยังชัวร์เชื่อก็รู้เชื่อก็เชื่อหรอกตรงนั้นก็ว่าได้จิตก็เชื่อหรอกแล้วอันนี้จริงหมดแล้วได้เล่นเชื่อหรอกโอเคผมมาดูกันมาสิว่าจะแค่ได้ก็ได้ไป只要很厉害这样的被询问念的被转念这个被我妈的被转念这个你帮我 OK 记得
กูหายคนนั้นมากูจะบอกเลยจ้ะสิ่งนี้ที่ก็ตัวที่เขาเลยที่จะพอจะติดต่อให้นะnhất đầu session herbalist thì nhất đầu sa spiritual healing đó mà thì cái đó sa social thì human services ya mà nhất đầu sa nào mà we can try for cooperation để chỉ cùng tiền để chỉ share resources thì giờ đi sa đầu cả cái một số cái giờ đầu reinvent khẩu hiệu đó là cái đầu xí để khẩu hiệu đó chúng moi là cái xí là nhưng mà thế thì mình cả cho Native American là những hoa ít thứ xưa rồi mình biết tụi nó thế. Thì vấn đề bắt đầu là collaborate nó trong lại là bây giờ tao mua ít họ chú ý đi chào như là thứ mua nhất là là em học về tap into là như là use the wheel so cái này chỉ sao reinvent yourself và bắt đầu anh đi học tao reach out rồi thế.
ก็เราลงเยอะเราจุดยังไงกูถูกแค่เกี่ยกูชอบเราถ่ายนั่นสิมาตากูเชื่อเดียน่าจะว่าพออยากลงยองไปเรื่อยๆเราถ่ายนะที่เต้ก็เราลงให้ซาจะนั่งในเรื่องอะไรกันอย่างเกี่ยตัวพวกยีนยิ่งแค่ตัวเกี่ยในเรื่องอะไรกันเลยชิกาของเราซอเกี่ย certification นะตัวเขาเกี่ยหลังจากนั้นเกี่ยเราเต้กูเส้นกูเต้เนี่ยตัวเราไม่ชอบกันนะเกี่ยcho nên cái cho nhiều là tăng lợi tu là để lợi cho Native American cho khá nhau thế thì nó chỉ cả chỉ cộng đó là chỉ bé mà bé học xã thì giờ đi chả là bé chỉ cộng đề để họ lo cho đời gì có bé lo một chỉ cộng đề và bé cho nên cứ dài chỉ hay họ nên cứ và cái bé sẽ được tu là cái tu là ok nó làว่าลงมงหายใจมอดเห็นอาการอะไรในอยู่ในนั่นแหละที่ก็รอ United here họ là một standard này bây giờ giờ suy nghĩ không có con cái kia bây giờ thì我那去抄嘅bây giờ mua到cái chế định cái路线嚟教到俾自己không có con cái nữa thì hay cho social work here người cho healthcare cái lợi ích của cái sự luôn về lúc của họ là gì我到最近要到路state international 或者对 healing project 那啲嘢講到係海能啲，但是họ真教路就真路到了的，一度我嘅科目嘅有咗啦嘛，因我做一路講好咯，每年我只把到非常嘅你係啲，我一路學講嘛，你係啲要，個係所叫你哋兩個嘅老人家自己的來去教學的叫 knowledge 那種叫 government system 呢，或者人才嘅。到底来下达的老主的，还老的那个路也在叫到到了，因为你要路注意，来也有老叫我来都也来去干找了跟注意人，包括也有这样路到这些，我想到了那个北方了北就说好了，都叫到那里谈，那个好用不要用的点，掌握好配的。因侬大侬知道嘅，我就冇落對嘅，好ปลาไปดู做了，ไปจนเช้าก็ไปเขาจะไปดู做了嘛，師傅你會海的是吧？找到個我哋係蒙係啊，3輪都4輪有了，要3輪有4輪都睇到那邊嘅，我哋跟住啥做是嘛？係做關老路嘅，因話個老要叫我就被讓得閒的是嘛？這種古嘢180學生那個嚟的，你媽媽後輪都蠻多爬的。我哋180呢3個了，我185抽嘅乜呢？你睇住，這樣嘅事我是 ，I did or no? Okay.
Okay, 我3年的期有出席些啥的新闻，好被人写了，被托比的做的是了呢，在一起讨个被弄起个别做了。Okay, thì bây giờ chúng nó有lo有个，okay, nó不多，忙了chỉ mấy tụi mong多đi，不多开个工，大的那你看那你看都厉害呢，chỉ mỗi mấy tụi mong多，okay thì sai多点，就做nó不开的，就变帮，okay，但是我那不sai的，非常叫路线要开，这个的叫做呢做叫生。所以呢，被有些么一排上等待了，就没得忙个了，因为跟佢哋就做呢要老的忙了，OK， 这一类呢好嘛，不是比较需要，他是因为那个比较做呢就要忙，因为就没得忙个 ，OK。Alright, so it looks like we're running out of time. I just want to say thank you to all of you for being such a great participants. I'm looking forward to future participation, and I hope that we can maintain in touch through Ziling or through other venues, and I hope that we can continue to have dialogue. This is not something that we're going to be getting things done overnight, but we will do it 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. We will keep going, okay? Thank you very much.
OK， 我准到这师傅的2天，看那我更何呢？这要do performer 上是呀了。我以后 musical performance 不都是晒那样，嘅同安嘅嘅經歷，我哋係我比較魯受比如咁情況呢，嘅上時間這個8到了，你看見過什麼呢樣？